Pussy flaps.
We are recording. That's disgusting.
You're listening to The Opinion Zone. It's that time again when common sense and decency go out the window and questionable opinions come in. Starring your deranged hosts, Jay Eggman,
Yay.
Sega Scourge, Nicole SPD64, and of course the one and only Uncle Poxy.
Hi.
Oh, and as always, please remember the following show will probably contain strong language. We warn you, so don't complain. Let the chaos control begin.
Come on, let's go. Hey, yo, it's the Sonic Show. Hey, yo, it's the Sonic Show. Hey, yo, it's the Sonic Show. Come on, let's go.
Poor David.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh, there's a mute button. There we go. Right, guys, hello. This is the Opinion Zone, episode 80. We're 20 episodes away. 20 episodes away. Guys, we're gonna just jump straight into this because I have things to say today. But first, congrats to us to actually doing a second episode since we came back. Yay.
We've kept our promise.
See,
We've actually not moved.
this is 2 weeks later. So
I've been tied down in this chair for 2 weeks.
David.
Replaced coffee with nothing more. What?
you're the
We were in
intern.
cryo
Don't
suit,
interrupt.
like an alien.
Yeah.
Ripley.
We're
Here's
just
what
like
we get through.
Museum
Teen Titans
for that.
Go for 2 weeks.
Sega
Oh,
Scourge is here, yay!
I am the Sega Scourge. Hi.
Not the Sonic
Oh,
Fairy.
yeah.
Nicole's here.
Hello.
Good for her. Uncle Poxy is here.
Hi. How you doing?
Uncle Poxy, how have the
Go
2 weeks been for you? What have you been up to?
Since
we last
honestly,
recorded.
Jay, what?
Since we last recorded, what have you been up to in the 2 weeks?
Oh well, let's see. I recently I bought Sonic Forces that came out about a week ago. So I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited to see how it comes out. Even though we discussed it in the last recording, but it should be fun. Should be fun. Yeah, should be pretty good. I'm pretty excited to see where the story goes.
Cool,
Pretty
yeah.
excited to see how you unlock Supersonic in this game. So I don't know
I
what the
think
big rings do.
Infinite's going to be a really well-developed character with a good
I know.
backstory.
No, I'm
Yeah.
excited for. I'm really excited for the very fun 3D gameplay of modern Sonic to come back.
Where it's not just boosting for Sonic. Like, there's
Yeah.
actual skill involved.
Yeah.
And customizing my character, I really hope it includes nice little nods to previous characters and not just pieces of characters that are already in the game.
This is an upsetting look into the past. And we have our intern, David the Lurker.
Hello.
Hi there. So 2 weeks ago, for those who don't know, David is the intern on the podcast. He was fired a year ago, basically, and he's come back as an intern. He's being marked on his performance, and if he gets a score of 15 for his performance, he'll be allowed to join the cast full time. And he currently stands at a score of -9, so he didn't have a good performance in his
He's got this.
first
He'll do it.
episode since being back. But David, I believe in you. You can do this. How are you, David?
Okay. I'm doing pretty good. Last 2 weeks, I think, have been really rejuvenating for me, and I think that I am more than prepared to internize. I've bought some new coffee grounds. I have reorganized a filing cabinet. I'm not sure if it was yours or not, but I'm ready to go.
Okay, so
What kind
David,
of coffee are you guys in the
going-
mood for?
David, I'm just going to let
What
you know,
kind of
I've
coffee you
just
guys in the mood
scored
for,
you
Russell?
-1
Jamie.
for being boring. So,
Jim.
so you're now at a score of -10. Right. What?
Just wanted to ask a quick question. What kind of coffee are you feeling today?
I don't like drinking coffee.
Because I'm with my coffee, I'm feeling strong.
Cool. Right, that was not worth anyone's time. So, guys,
If you
shall
were being
we jump
scored,
into...
Yeah.
This is the opinion zone, so I think it's important we actually discuss someone's opinion.
Zone of opinions, go.
Zone of opinions, shall we
Oh.
get into it? David, can you press that button for
We
me,
should call
please?
the podcast that.
David. David.
Beep.
Cool, thank you.
Warning, the following segment contains opinions. Try not to be triggered. It couldn't be an opinion zone without opinions after all. Talking of which, today's topic of drivel is...
Beep.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh god, you're going to set him off again.
Can we just have this on loop for the rest of the section, please? Oh, that's such a good song. I'm so happy.
The fact that vamping noise was like perfectly sick.
This is, oh my god.
Right.
I'm just, you know what? I wasn't that, like, Fist Bump is a good song, but after hearing
No, it's
that,
not.
I'm like, no, instant.
Jamie, what is your opinions on that tune?
Instant
So-
win.
Right.
I don't need some guy who runs a podcast to tell me that it's bad.
To be fair, I'm not a big fan of it either.
Okay.
Oh, why is everyone such negative people?
So I think it's just
I hate this
when
fan base.
when this trailer came out, right? So the trailer came out. It's like cool Team Sonic Racing. Love the Sonic karting games. Not as good as Mario Kart, but okay. Came out, good. Then the Crush 40 music started playing. I was like, oh cool. Which Crush 40 track is this? Someone had to point out to me it was a new song because
Lie.
this is a terrible song.
Oh.
Let me explain why. Firstly, it is Crush 40 by numbers. It is the most done by committee song. It sounds like every other Crush 40 song merged into one. It's the most generic Crush 40 song I've ever heard. It's like they feel just like they're obliged to make quote unquote Crush 40 sounding Sonic songs, so they like have to sound the
so
same. It sounds like Live and Learn,
So
sounds like
mad.
Open Your Heart, sounds like Sonic Heroes, just all together, okay? The second reason I don't like this song is
Oh,
because
there's more.
Crush 40 and Sonic are no longer relevant to each other. Crush 40 is from 1999 to the mid-2000s. It is now almost 2020. The franchise has moved on. The brand has moved on. This song exists purely for the purpose...
Sonic Mania.
This song exists purely for the purpose of fan service.
Sonic Mania.
For the like 10 adventure fans who want new Crush 40 music. So it's just a case of they need to keep current. This is going backwards and serves no purpose. The music is so unfitting to the brand now that it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, but what
Popsy,
is
do you
fitting
have
to
any
the brand?
opinions?
Electronic crap?
I'm sorry. Do you want
I don't
Blue
agree
or
with
Busted
that.
to come back and give you a poppin' pippity pop song?
No,
Let's get
because I
Cash
don't
Cash
want
up in there.
old music from a past
Why does it
time.
matter?
See, I
Why
don't-
does it matter if a band is relevant to the brand? Why does, for one
What a
thing, that's
dumb
a lie.
thing to
Crush
say.
40 will always be relevant to the brand.
Yeah, and Crush 40 haven't been in a Sonic game for like 10 years or so.
The last game that they fully worked on was Sonic and the Black Knight, I think.
Which they did really good in, I think.
And
Yeah.
the music hasn't
And-
evolved since.
Yeah, but that's
Oh
just like
my
Crush 40.
God!
And to be fair, you are right, actually, Jamie, and like unpopular opinion here, but Crush 40 have always been by the numbers, and I'll say that now.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Sonic Hero, you know what I mean? It is pretty
Is
basic.
that bad? Are the songs bad?
No, but my point is,
Are
Poxy,
you telling me the
Poxy.
Green Light Ride is more by the number
Right.
than Fist Bump?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So the
I
point
know what
is,
you mean.
right?
See, I
it's
don't,
great,
I don't
and
agree
when
with
they,
that either.
I was just
to be
gonna say,
honest.
when they come out, sing their old songs, it's great. Nostalgia is a beautiful thing. Like when people went crazy when Steps did a comeback tour, and they're like, "Oh, it's all the music I love from the '90s and early 2000s." That's great. But when they released a new album, it was like, "Oh, great! We don't want new music from you because we don't care about you anymore."
I mean, I think that just the fact that Sonoy is going to be like taking a bunch of the level tracks and doing his own like awesome covers of them is going to be nice.
We're just gonna do guitar riffs on everything.
No. That immediate that's actually wrong.
Is he not doing that? I
No,
thought that
he's-
the Planet
no.
Wisp one sounded a bit June Sonoy-ish.
No, it is June, but he's
Yeah.
not doing covers.
Oh no! I didn't know. That was the wrong wording. You know what I mean?
Sorry, yeah.
They're
But
sort of
I-
remixing.
But I
them.
tell you what, though, they do have remixes. For instance, Sonic's Ultimate is a June Sonoy version of Reach for the Stars,
Yeah.
which
I think that's going to be the biggest call to glory in a way, and it kind of brings me back to like Generations-iness, you know,
Like,
because that all sounded
if
great.
anything, like I had this discussion with someone when the trailer came out. When we said like nostalgia works in certain points. If we had okay, we all know that if Green Hill was in another mainline Sonic game, everyone's gonna flip their lid, right? Okay, but if it's in a racing game, it really doesn't matter, in my eyes. Because would you rather have brand new level with no familiarities and no connection zone, or would you rather see what it would be like to drive through stages from previous games? We just had was it the Comic-Con panel where they showed us a sneak glimpse of Cool Edge?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I still
That's-
haven't seen, by the way.
But the point
it's like
is,
20
Poxy,
seconds. You're really not
Poxy.
missing anything.
The
It's not
point
even
is,
like
though,
10
you're
seconds.
talking about the levels and the
Okay,
design. So that's
is the
different.
topic is the topic just the song?
I mean, so I think the idea of racing through Sonic stages from past to current is an exciting idea. It's an obvious idea because if you made brand new stages, you've got Sonic Riders. Nobody wants that. So
Right. Okay.
Um,
So you're saying that it's like
the problem
a
is
good
they
case to
basically
bring callbacks
got
back.
Crush 40 back together to release a song. Everyone went crazy, and I'm like, I don't get it. It's not a
Right.
good song.
Okay.
The thing is,
So. Sorry, Nicole. You go. You
No,
know
I
what's
was just gonna say because I mentioned as well that I'm not a big fan of the song. But the thing is, I don't agree with what Jamie said at all. For me, it's not because it's Crush 40 and everyone, that kind of thing. No, for me, it's just because I just wasn't a fan of the lyrics. But that, whatever. That's just my opinion. But I really miss Crush 40. I'm glad that they're back. If anything,
This is a case where this was the best way. I think this was actually a stronger reveal than the Forces reveal.
yeah.
I think Team Sonic Racing had a strong, because you know why? It was things that we hadn't seen in a while. That's a lie, actually. It was one thing that we hadn't seen in a while. But it had solid, you know what? It had solid CG. It had a catchy track. It had some gameplay, for one thing. Also, it was leaked beforehand, just saying. But the fact that, the reason Crush 40 is there is to put... This is when, if Sonic Team are going to carry on with nostalgia, this is what they need to do. They need to push it now. You've done the classic bit. You've done that. So go for the more
I see both sides of this argument. Like I see your point, Jamie, in the sense that it's nostalgia pandering in a sense, nothing else. But I had a kind of a mini argument / rant on Twitter the other day about someone arguing that the IDW comics are doing nothing but nostalgia pandering, and my argument to that was, isn't Sonic as a whole in the modern times just nostalgia? That's its biggest call to glory. Let's just step back to last year and we go Forces, and what was one of the main selling points? Oh, it's Chaos, guys. Remember him? Oh, it's Zavok. It's Metal Sonic. It's Shadow. And that's Sonic as a whole now. Look, it's.
I mean, do we even need to think? Do we even need to talk about the highest rated Sonic game in 15 years?
Yeah.
The fact that is literally just nostalgia pandering.
In my opinion, the last
don't get
time
me wrong.
the last
get me wrong.
time that a Sonic game was in what I considered to be a Sonic type branded game, but was not nostalgia, was Sonic Colors.
Wrong.
Whether you like,
wrong.
Whether you
Right.
like, no.
Wrong.
Whether you
Wrong.
like the
Wrong.
gameplay or the wisps and stuff, I think the levels in terms of their aesthetics was still what
They
I would
were
consider
original.
Sonic-y, but
They
they
were
were
original.
new ideas.
No.
Right.
I think the complete opposite. I think that the nostalgia pandering started with colors.
I don't think there's
Well, how
any
did it start
nostalgia
with- I
pandering
mean,
in Colors.
The only real nostalgia in Colors are the occasional classic Badnik, right? But
Okay,
like everything
okay.
else is not really. It's
All right.
Because Generations is-
let's just rewind a second. If you want to fight me on Sonic Colors,
Oh.
let me get my belt on. No, but I'm gonna say right now, this is a biased opinion because I don't enjoy Sonic Colors as a game. But you know, you can talk wherever you want. But the reason I think it first started with nostalgia pandering, yes, you got the badniks, but then there was also the fact that like it made callbacks as like the game literally starts you off straight away. There's nothing, and they said that was one of the main things that they loved about Generations, the fact that it started you off straight away.
That's not
It was the
nostalgia
classic way.
pandering.
Just would you shush? I'm not done. There was the fact that Supersonic was made playable again. That's nostalgia pandering immediately. The fact that the first stage of every special stage was a level from Sonic 1 that was redesigned in Sonic Colors' engine was nostalgia pandering. The fact that like there were just so many core elements, and even the tone.
Those
the
aren't
tone
core
went
elements.
back to a light-hearted Sonic from the 90s where he was cool. and
Wasn't that the
cutting edge.
same year that Sonic 4 Episode 1 was?
Yes,
Well.
thank you, thank you so much.
Never Sonic 4 Episode 1 in
This
Colors.
was literally the year. This was literally the whole point where they went right. No one seems to like us doing new choices. So that's why I think Sonic Unleashed is getting so much recognition now. Better for worse. I do think there are some extremists, me.
Yeah.
But the reason people are thinking that is because that was the first. The nostalgia in that game was respectable. The biggest nostalgia thing was Tails goes on the tornado again.
The Tornado 1.
Well, even though
Oh.
it wasn't, it was the Tornado 3.
Technically, it is the Tornado 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
But wait, the
you know,
Tornado 3 is what Tails is
Yeah, but
choosing in
I
Adventure
think there's a
2.
difference between like if you
okay.
look back at like in Sonic Unleashed with the tornado. I think there's a difference between like a callback and blatant nostalgia pandering to be relevant to
Okay,
the
yeah.
audience.
So you're saying that Sonic Colors was the first to have original themes. That's correct. I fully agree with that. I think it had some of the most creative levels in any Sonic game to date. But the way it was structured, the way it played out. I mean, you destroyed capsules for God's sake.
Yeah, but that's
brought back
again.
ye-
These
they
are
brought
all
back yellow,
callbacks.
like-
That I think
they're callbacks.
my issue is when these games, when I talk about the nostalgic stuff, it's cute to throw in a tornado or a capsule or whatever. I don't care, but because it is part of the canon, so it should be in the games. That makes sense. When it becomes so heavily relied on that it's the core selling point of the game, like with Forces, where the trailers were all like Scourge was saying, it was basically like remember this, and even Mania, I think, tried it too hard. But that was a good game, to be fair. Yeah. So fair enough.
So, but then in saying that, the worst thing that Sega could have done is if they just made Sonic Youth the theme to TSR. That would have been worse. I think the fact
you're saying at least they tried, right?
Well, like, but even then, it's the fact that like the reason the Crush 40 are there is
I think attempting to blur the lines between nostalgia pandering and like the specifics of visual prompts in relation to like soundtrack is so redundant and just in every sense, because that, like I said, that's just Sonic as a whole now. Sonic is the only thing it really truly has left is nostalgia.
Then
so
a franchise can't live off that.
I know, but it's on life support, and we all know it is, really. I mean, the fact that it isn't already dead is amazing.
True.
Yeah, essentially.
It's because there were really, really, really good games that came out in the 90s. That's why the franchise...
Not now.
Yeah, but I think the fact that those games were so fantastic in the 90s is a testament to how the franchise is able to survive. And look, I love Mania, and I know that that people can criticize the fact that maybe it plays a bit too much on nostalgia, and I think I can forgive Mania for some of it is because it is trying to reestablish something that hasn't actually been in a game since '94. But that's also a completely different subject. I will say about Crush 40 and the song, I think I like Race to Win more.
Yeah, same.
Oh!
Race to Win's pretty bland though too, right?
I know, but I think that the thing to me.
I always
the
race
problem-
to win.
I always race to win, keep up till the end. Watch me go anyway.
Watch me go the only way.
The issue I don't think is that the issue I have with the song is not "Oh No, Crush 40." I think it's fine to pull them out sometimes simply because Jun Sonoe has been involved with the franchise for so long. And like he is still behind the scenes. He's part of Wave Master. It's not like he's disappeared.
No, but there's a
and they
difference
pulled him out
between
of the
having Jun
closet.
Sonoe still on the music team and composing and stuff, and Crush 40. They're two separate things.
Right. But I think if the problem with this song very specifically is that it does sound like they grab pieces of different sheet music that they already wrote and glued
Wait, hold on.
together.
Hang on. I come back to the blurring the lines thing. You just said that Jun Sonoe has always kind of been involved in the soundtrack. He never really left. But then Jamie, you said that Crush 40 is a separate entity. Isn't Crush 40 just like one extra guy that they get to do the vocals, and that suddenly makes it
It's
Crush 40?
Gioeli. Crush
So
40
it's
is Gioeli.
basically just like what we already have, plus a guy doing vocals for a song.
No, because the
that Jun
music
probably wrote.
Jun Sonoe can compose for games and that he has done is generally a completely different sound to what he specifically creates for Crush 40. So,
I just don't think.
But it's for the game. It's
Yeah.
part of the game soundtrack. It's not a solo album. It's for the game. It doesn't make any sense. You know, this is just a gimmick, really. I know. I agree with you, Jamie.
I think
it's a gimmick.
the fact that
truly.
it's such a blatant gimmick, and what upsets me more is like you could say, "Oh, Mania relied on nostalgia or whatever," but it made a great product. They've relied on nostalgia to make a mediocre song.
To be fair, it's not as bad as it was with Forces, where they literally shoved in classics on it. I mean, I know it was Mania as well, but like for the sake of like, oh look, it's classic.
Yeah, but what harm is it doing? What harm is it doing by having Crush 40 though? Crush 40 isn't the
Nothing.
selling point. It was a tool, and it's just like I just don't understand where your argument is coming from. Purely by the fact that it has no bearing on anything else.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that
just a
in
theme.
terms of selling points, this is a better one than like, again, I come back to Forsters, and it's basically it lied to its consumers with like chaos and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was
If
like,
we're-
look at these things
if we're-
that aren't bosses, you know what I mean? So
If we're to compare, and I know they are completely different things, but if we're to compare two separate points of nostalgia pandering, you look at Classic Sonic that was put into Forces, which took, in quotation marks, time, effort, and dedication, quotes constantly. But then you look at Crush 40's Green Light Ride, that held no bearing on the game development, that held no bearing on anything else. The only thing it did is maybe June had to like come out every other week and go, okay, I'm gonna write a good song. And then at the end of the day, and that's not even the full version. I hope. I swear to God, if it isn't, if that is the full version, then I'm backing you up completely, because then that would be pathetic.
yeah.
But like I think the fact that we haven't heard Crush 40 in a long time, and it's not like every track's. It's not, honestly. I think Black Knight used Crush 40 more of a selling point than TSR did, because there were like 7 vocal tracks done by Crush 40 and Black Knight.
Well, when was the last time Crush 40 released a song connected to a Sonic game?
Black Knight.
Are you?
No.
mean-
The Sonic Boom remix they did with Cash Cash.
That came out because that was on the Sonic CD soundtrack, right? And
Well, it was on the sound. It wasn't in the game.
right, it was
on
on
the soundtrack. Yeah.
it was on the Sonic CD. You know, that 20th anniversary line they did.
Yeah.
Right, but I guess also when I think about Crush 40, like what have they been doing? What have they, it's not like they've disappeared, because they've always they were at that
look at
25th
Johnny.
anniversary
Look
party.
at
They've been
Johnny.
at Summer of Sonic. They've been Johnny was at Too Many Games.
what the hell?
Last year.
Oh,
Render the Shadow Realm.
Scott, right? That was I think that was I never
Scott.
mind. Yeah,
So
he's just hiding in the corner.
Being
He's
very
okay.
loud.
He's making the coffee.
But yeah, I guess because in my mind, I never thought of Crush 40 as really being gone, even if they weren't releasing a song for any specific game. So to me, it's not even necessarily nostalgia. It's just I like this song to me feels lazy compared to other ones, and like when you look at Open Your Heart and Live and Learn and the other ones, like even though they're all the same genre, there is something about those songs that still stand out. And this one, like Jamie said, it sounds like something that they already did, and because of that it doesn't stick out. And if it doesn't stick out, then it being the theme song of a game, it's supposed to define.
Just a racing game.
Exactly. I think we're going to move on. We're going to move on. But I think just to say that basically the nostalgia thing, selling point,
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. I think your argument is completely broken.
I'm just
doesn't have any backing points, holds no relevancy,
millennials.
and is full of.
I'm just saying I would have been more hyped because I'm part of that adventure generation, so I just think I would have bought into that hype more if the song had been good. So we're going to move on. We're going to close out with a final segment, which I think is a good thing that we need to do. We're going to have a chat with our favourite person, and we're going to do a quick fire bit. We asked you guys to send us in questions, but I didn't say who the questions were going to be read to. So let's go bring him in now.
He's the man on the street, the man in the know, the man this community needs, bringing you insider knowledge on the need-to-know trends from all things Sonic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Marcus Minute.
Oh my god.
No. Wait, which one of us is Marcus?
Not the one.
I don't know, Scarlet. I mean,
somebody did join the call.
No, he sounds like he's talking from a fish tank.
Well, if he's the man on the street, of course he's in a fish
That's true.
tank.
Right, Marcus, are you there? Marcus?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh no.
we called him up specifically on his Samsung flip phone.
Oh man, well that's
Marcus,
the
don't
only
think this is
phone
going to
that's
work.
popped up, I'm sure.
Have we got a different Marcus available?
No!
It's me, Marcus.
Okay, that'll do.
He made it into the studio.
Right.
Made it into the studio.
It's been 10 months. How are you doing?
I think it's me, Marcus. It's great to be here back on the Sonic Show.
Okay, good. So I'm going to quick fire round questions at you. Are you ready?
That sounds like... I'm just gonna hang on. That sounds like fun, Jamie.
Okay, cool.
Let's read some questions.
First
For
question
me.
is from Hazard, who says, is the Sonic show closing down?
From what I heard, it is closing down. Me, Marcus. Jay was made into a certified traditionalist when he went onto the show. And when he couldn't pay his rent anymore, my cave was unlocked.
Next question, Marcus. What is your favourite character to play as in Sonic Mania?
Bean.
Wait, what?
Being
Next question.
Next question. After Mania Plus and Team Sonic Racing, where do you think...
Who's this imposter? Is that me?
So... Right, that's better. Sorry about that. After Mania Plus and Sonic Team Racing, where do you think Sonic Team goes from here?
Oh my god, it was Kate. I think Sega's gonna make a licensed game for the Sonic movie.
That sounds
Only
no,
available
you know,
on
the sad part
Android and
is-
iOS.
Do you think
The
Sonic
sad
Team are
part
doing
is-
that right now?
That sounds true. So.
Sonic Team are working on the movie game. Oh no.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh,
just
God.
handing off fan cards now. Right, Marcus, next question. How does one apply for a job at the Uncle Poxy hotline?
You have to have at least 3 years of experience of being a whiny little bitch.
Sure.
Oh,
Great.
And then you have to make sure that you make 5 trailers a month and never release any content.
Talking of which, next question. Is your YouTube channel still alive?
Is that for Marcus or is that for me?
It's Marcus.
Might as well be for you, to be honest.
It's for Marcus.
Okay.
it's for Marcus.
No, he answered. He said no.
No.
Okay.
There.
Last question, Marcus.
Okay.
You ready? Okay. Which Sonic game do you think Adolf Hitler would have preferred?
Oh god.
That's from Adam Blake.
Sonic Forces.
Say Mania just to piss people off.
I think they would have liked Sonic Adventure too.
Marcus, it has been a
Man with
pleasure.
mustache and a bunch of black hedgehogs.
We're gonna get booted off here.
Marcus, you're great as always. Have fun reporting. We'll catch up soon, yeah?
You'll talk to me soon. Me.
Ew.
Me. Marcus.
Everyone say goodbye to Marcus.
My Marcus. I'd like to think that Marcus has been reporting for the last 10 months, thinking he's been recorded.
No, I think it'd be funny is if he was actually making videos, uploading them to the Sonic Show, but James just been making them private.
Guys, that's the end of the episode. We got through a lot today. I didn't expect that discussion to get so intense.
I'm so angry, and I had no closure.
Guys, if you agree with me that the Crush 40 song was not the best it could have been, or if you agree with Poxy that everything Sonic Crush 40 do is worth celebrating.
That's not what I said.
Translation:
That's not what I
if
said.
you agree with the right opinion, then say this.
Let us know. You can comment on our podcast page, which is on audioboom.com / you'll hear it in the outro, or you can tweet us, Instagram, we're everywhere.
Also, go and sign the petition to get Jeremy booted off the Sonic Show.
David, just
I
to
love
let
the
you know,
desperation in that.
just to let you know that scoring update. So last episode you're at -9.
Yes.
Now you're at -10. So you need to sort of step it up. Not gonna lie. Right, guys, we're gonna go.
What?
We're gonna see you in 2 weeks, probably, maybe. In fact, I'm gonna put it all on
We'll see.
Poxy to make sure this happens.
Put it all on me.
So in 2 weeks, it'll be August. Yes, that sounds right.
Happy August.
Happy August, guys.
2 weeks is going to be August.
The great celebration of August.
Okay, well let's just confirm that currently we are recording on March 21st, 2018.
Because Jamie doesn't edit, that's going to stay in.
Oh man, my sister's birthday is on March 21st.
Oh, David,
August is
you
going to be the
just-
month of doing things for me.
David,
and
I'm
making
going to give
great
you
stuff.
a point back, David, for
Oh,
thinking
okay.
about your family.
Yay!
So that leaves you back at -9, so you've made no progress this episode. Right, guys.
I
we
feel
will
like that's my life in a nutshell,
pretty
really.
much. Guys, we will go see
Oh.
you in a fortnight's time. Let us know what you think. Send us messages. Ooh, you can email The Sonic Show, thesonicshow@gmail.com. Send stuff for the Poxy University, maybe. Just an idea. We haven't been there for a while. I wonder if the
Thank
building's still there.
I think I've got the keys somewhere.
Okay.
Am I going to have to clean that auditorium?
We'll have to get the intern
Yes.
to do it. Right. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Oh,
See you
no.
later.
Bye.
You've been listening to The Opinion Zone, brought to you by Audio Boom. Don't forget to check out our page at audioboom.com /channel/The Sonic Show. And leave us a comment. You can also interact with us at any time on Twitter by tweeting @Sonic_show. Until next time, by which I mean whenever Jay can be bothered again. Stay safe and please leave Froggy alone.
Come on, let's go. Hey, yo!